welcome to the Everyday is Amazing podcast. I'm your host, Todd Harmison. Success isn't a destination, it's a decision, a choice you make every single day. This is your moment. This is your podcast. So lean in, get ready, because your transformation starts now.
Hey friends, welcome back to Every Day is Amazing, where we remind ourselves that life is a gift and what we do with it does matter. You know, I want to tell a quick story real quick where, I woke up one morning, this has been several years ago, and, I remember I went to bed the night before upset, mad, pissed off at the world, and I woke up the next morning and I just felt refreshed. And I thought to myself, what happened? What changed overnight, And I realized that at that very moment, I was changing how my day was going to be felt. I start my routine every morning with positiveness. And I have a morning routine. I wake up, whether my alarm goes off at 5, whether it's 6, 7, it doesn't matter. I always schedule my time so that I have a few minutes to myself. And during that time, I call it my me time. This is Todd's time. I look at my calendar. I look at what do I have to accomplish for the day. I use another app called TikTok. It's not TikTok, the social media. I think it's TikTok. I use that, and that's what I use to track daily tasks that I need to accomplish. And I look at that, and then I think about what do I need to accomplish for today to be successful. And that really helps me set the tone of the day. So I would challenge each of you that what if I told you the first 5 minutes of every day, you can set the tone for your entire day. I want you to take those first 5 minutes and I want you to think about what you're going to accomplish. What do you need to do in order for your day to be successful? Now, with that being said, you're not talking about, I got to win $1 million. I got to buy my new house today. No, not those things. It's what do you need to do that you have power over right now? Maybe it's reaching out to a friend. Maybe it's reaching out to a loved one, a child. Maybe you need to set aside $5 today to your savings. Maybe you need to accomplish that task at work that you've been putting off. Take time and write that down, whether you journal by paper, whether you journal by putting it in your phone. Spend time journaling. And then with that being said, at the end of the day, go back and look at what you've accomplished. You are capable of accomplishing so much every day. And in that short 2 to 5 minutes, you're going to set the tone for how your day is successful. Take time for your mental health up here. We see so many things in public safety, at work, and just our lives in general, that we have to take time for ourselves. Whether you're missing deadlines at work, whether you're having that argument with that loved one, or that special person in your life that's a friend or a family member, you're going to have challenges. When I talk about every day is amazing, I'm not naive enough to believe that every day is going to be perfect. It doesn't happen that way. Okay? You have to find ways to make every day amazing. You have to spend time taking care of your mental health. I don't care how busy your day is. You have to take time. And if anyone knows about busy, right now in my life, I'm going through some times at home and family and stress and all. I work from 7:30 to 3:30 every day, get off, race to my camper, and then I'm working from 4 to 8. It doesn't give time for myself during that time. But I'll tell you what, from 8 o'clock on is my time. No matter what time I wake up until 7:30, 8 o'clock when I get to work, that's my time. That's time that I listen to podcasts. That's time that I listen to myself. I think about the successes of the day. You have to take that time for your own mental health. If you don't, I was at a speaker this past week. Amazing presentation that he gave, and I'm going to give a shout out to him. Travis Housey. He's a retired veteran in the military, police, fire, father, husband. And he talks about all the things that he's seen in life and the stress. And instead of dealing with it, as he says it, he just kept cramming it down in that trash can inside, and he never dealt with it. And eventually that trash can overfills. And when you take time every day for your mental health, you're slowly taking things out of that trash can so that it doesn't overfill. When you're taking time to do fun things and spend time with loved ones and grandchildren and doing things that you find pleasure in and enjoyment, you're making memories up here. And I always say you're making memories so that you can do a withdrawal someday. Someday you're going to need to make a withdrawal of the happy memories. You're going to need to be reminded of how blessed and how thankful you are when you're stressed, when you're frustrated, when you're mad, when you've bottled everything up and you've just pushed that trash can down so full. You have to be reminded of that, And that's the days when you think about it and you say, you know what? Today is going to be an amazing day. It doesn't just happen on its own, though. You have to choose for it to be amazing. I hope you found this podcast enlightening. I want to get back into doing these regularly. I feel better when I'm reaching out to you. I feel better when I'm sharing my positive thoughts and how I make every day amazing. I want you to wake up tomorrow ready to choose joy and happiness and growth so that you too, not just everybody else, but I want you to believe and say that every day is amazing. God bless you. Have a great day. Until next time, say it with me, everybody. Every day is amazing.
And that's a wrap. Another episode of the Make Every Day Amazing podcast is in the books. Thanks a million for tuning in. Before you go, could you do me a quick favor? Head over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and drop a rating for the show. Your feedback helps amazing people just like you discover this podcast. Speaking of amazing people, are you the next amazing success story in the making? If you're ready to tackle life and its lessons both personally and professionally, together we're going to build you a path to success. Are you ready to jump on board? I'll see you on the next Make Every Day Amazing podcast.